Hey guys, David here. Really different environment this time. If you couldn't already tell from the get-go, I'm in a hotel room. I'm being held hostage, so if anybody watches this, then please send for help. I'm actually in Santa Ana for my girlfriend's birthday. I actually warned this in my Kongs review, saying that the review was going to be late, so there you go. So I'm going to try to make this quick because we got plans to take care of. But I wanted to use any downtime that I could to do the Walking Dead review on the latest episode entitled Bury Me Here. Title right from the get-go sounds really fucking dire, so I think somebody was destined to die at some point. The episode's called Bury Me Here. And again, continuing the trend of the Walking Dead thing in this back half of the season, or at least pretty much the entire season, where one episode deals with one or two characters, and then the next episode deals with more characters, so on and so forth. This time we jump back into the hilltop and deal with mostly Morgan and him trying to fit into the hilltop's idea of what it's going to be like to fight back, now knowing that people on the higher up know that eventually there's going to be a war coming. The people at the hilltop, they're still kind of in denial, and so to speak, but the higher people, Ezekiel, his royal guard, quote unquote, and everybody who's right next to him, they know that Rick approached him with the idea to fight back, and Morgan's one of them that knows about it. What was interesting about this episode, though, is that even though the majority of it was build up to this last third or so that actually was pretty damn good for The Walking Dead, it was all about Morgan coming almost full circle to making that big decision of killing. But it was one that was really kind of smart because it really tied in very well to the plan that was supposed to be the get-go plan right from the start, which is weird because this plan was actually kind of shitty. And it was only shitty because it was thought about by that dude Richard, who just had to go. So Morgan played a really smart play, trying to kill two birds with one stone, killing almost literally, because he kills Richard in front of the Saviors to earn their trust, which is what Richard wanted to do. Richard, however, is kind of stupid. His plan was really stupid from the onset. I gotta drink some coffee here. Gotta wake myself up, right? There's my girlfriend back there. As you can see, we got plans.
That's why I got your coffee, Grandpa.
So, yeah, I need coffee. His plan was stupid from the get-go because he's like, okay, I'm going to hide these melons and they're going to kill me. That way we can, like, spark a war. He wanted to become a martyr, pretty much. But these are the fucking Saviors. You've been working with them for how long? You know that these guys work in unpredictable ways. Negan and some of these other Saviors have shown time and time again that if you're asking to get killed off, that you're not going to get killed off. They're morbid like that. They're going to kill somebody that you weren't expecting or kill somebody that you care about and make you suffer instead of killing you because that's what you want. They're not going to oblige you. So I think Richard should have been smarter there and known that they weren't going to kill him and they're going to kill somebody else, because I think Richard has been dealing with them long enough to know what the deal was going to be. So that was his fault. But it being that Richard was creating these plans to start this war and bring about this war amongst the hilltop and all the communities, which I know is the end goal that Rick and everybody wants it, but they're doing it calculated. They're doing it calmly. Richard was just a fucking loose gun, and he was just trying. He was eventually going to get more and more people killed. So Morgan saw the opportunity there. But it really is a really big thing for Morgan to choose to do, because he has finally killed his first man, not in defense. He chose willingly to kill this one guy just right there and then, and it was pretty shocking but pretty cool for the character. It was preceded by this little montage that was actually kind of cool, that showed images of him back in season 3 when he was losing his mind. We saw the little clear sign. I thought that was really cool. And even further back, all the way to season 1, when he was inside the house, we saw brief glimpses of him holding that photo of his wife. Back from season 1, he references his son's name, Dwayne, at least one time. It was a really good character beat for Morgan. One that had a rippling effect to Carol, who also not gonna undermine her involvement in this episode, because she also takes a step forward, not only through learning the truth about Glenn and Abraham, but also choosing to fight alongside Morgan and Ezekiel in the hilltop. But as they all chose accordingly by the end of this episode, in due time, because we still got two or three episodes to go, because every season has to be 16 fucking episodes. So besides that build up, that I will admit I was checking my phone a couple of times, I was zoning out a couple of times because it's just more of that Walking Dead fodder that we always had to deal with. And at this point, the saviors really are some true legitimate assholes. I am truly getting tired of them to the point where I'm like, okay, this all-out war can't come soon enough. And let's talk about one of the bigger deaths. Besides Richard, we killed off that younger kid. I'm blanking on his name. All I know is that the character is played by the actor who was in I'm in the Band, which was a Disney Channel show. And I fucking hated him in that show because every time he talked, he had to shake his head. Like, every time I'm in the band, dude, he was so fucking annoying. Here, I actually liked him, but because I liked him so much, I already knew he was getting killed off. That's how The Walking Dead plays. If you like a character so much, he's very likable and very charismatic, and he's got one episode where he has, like, so many lines of dialogue, and they're focusing on him way too much, I'm like, ha ha, he's dead. And yeah, he's dead. He got killed off. In a really weird way, because he got shot in the leg, but I'm led to believe he bled out, so... yeah, that was that. Again, no emotional renaissance because the two characters that we got killed off, they served the story, they propelled the story forward, but I didn't feel that gut punch where I'm like, no, not him. Nothing. But again, another episode to put all the pieces of the puzzle, or the chess pieces, together to bring forward this fight that will hopefully go out in a very fiery blaze of glory at the end of this season, because if they don't, I'm going to call it right now. This actually might be my last season that I'm going to review the show. I'm still going to continue watching it, but going through the trouble that I'm doing this video in a fucking hotel room and trying to grab the episode from somewhere from online because I don't have AMC on my cable plan. I don't, so I have to go through too much trouble to really keep up with this show, and being that the pace that it's moving at, I'm just like, I don't know if this is really worth it. At least doing reviews for it every week, especially when so many other people are posting their reviews, their reactions, and posting it much more quicker than I am. So, I don't know. I'm still thinking about that, but we're just getting these kind of good episodes that have really cool things here and there, with Carol joining the fight, Morgan finally making his first kill and preparing to make some more at the end there where he's sharpening up his stick. I think that's really symbolic and a really cool... well, we don't see him actually do it, we see him from the back, but we're led to believe that one end of the stick is going to be dull like it always was, but now he's sharpening the other end to look like a spear because he's now prepared to take that extra step to kill. I thought that was actually pretty cool. It's just that build-up that we got to with some of the more obvious things where it said, bury me here, and it was Richard the one that's like, let's get out and follow this. It was a little too obvious, especially with that little card. I don't know why nobody noticed that thing was shaped like an arrow. Really? You could just take a few steps back and you would notice that there's an arrow there. I don't know. That's just me. I give Bury here a high 7 out of 10. Likable episode, but again, doesn't exactly emerge as one of the shinier episodes that we've had ever since it came back in February. But here's to hoping that things are going to move on much more forward in these last 3 episodes or so of the season as we propel forward to the war that we are getting the impression we're going to get. But this is The Walking Dead. They've done some much more heinous stuff in the past. And if it continues to do so, like I said, I might actually be giving up on the show because my time is precious. It really is. So please, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of this week's episode of The Walking Dead. What are your theories going forward now that we're dealing with 2 characters less, but there weren't big name characters to really care about all that much. But do you think it was the right call for the characters that were involved, like Morgan and Carol, to be put into this fight? Please let me know in the comments below. Like and share this video, and of course follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at DarkSpiderDavid, and subscribe for future reviews, some of which might be the last ones for The Walking Dead should the show not pick up any of a higher pace. I'm going to continue drinking my coffee, go back to bed with my girlfriend, and I'll see you guys all later. That's a nice send-off, right? That's a good send-off. That's it.
You're like doing me over here.
You heard that right, folks.